let's talk about the best mid-range gaming desktops that you can buy right now in August 2021. And I gotta say that this is one of the best lists that I've made so far because prices are actually really good for the components that you get, and the price range is going to be $1,130 to $1,800. So if your budget is between those numbers, you wanna watch this video until the end because I will discover some interesting topics that you need to know before buying these Prebuilt PCs. Now, if you have a higher or a lower budget, you can go ahead and watch my video about the best budget Prebuilt PCs of the month, or in the description you will have plenty of gaming desktops for different prices as well with the Prebuilt PCs of this video. Without further ado, let's start. The first one is actually from Amazon and it's the Elite Gaming Stinger desktop PC. This one has the AMD Ryzen 5 5600X, and the most important part here is that you get the RX 6700 XT for the GPU, and for the price I don't think that you can beat this. It has 12 gigs of VRAM and it's going to perform great even at 1440p gaming, which is surprising for $1,100. Then you get 16 gigs of RAM of DDR4 at 3200 MHz, which is all that you're going to need. You really don't need 32 gigs for gaming, but if you're going to do streaming and you're planning on opening a bunch of tasks, then I recommend you considering 32 gigs, but if you're just for gaming, 16 gigs is more than enough. Then you get a B550 micro ATX motherboard and an 800 watt 80 plus gold power supply, so you have plenty of future upgradability if you want a new GPU or CPU down the line. So overall, this PC for the price is really good for both 1080p and 1440p gaming. Although if you're looking just for 1080p gaming, I wouldn't buy any of the other PCs of this list, mainly because it's going to be an overkill and you don't want to overspend your money. Instead of buying other gaming PC from this list, I would buy the first one and upgrade the monitor to a 1440p one, and that is going to make more sense. The next one, we have one from Newegg. This one is the Skytech Place Gaming PC. It has the i7-11700F. This is one generation older, but it's still a great CPU for both multitasking and gaming. And then you get the RTX 3060 Ti, 1TB of SSD and 16 gigs of RAM, alongside a 240 all-in-one liquid cooler and a V590 motherboard. And what I really like about this PC is the airflow for the case. It's going to be better than the last one. The last one has some decent airflow, of course. It's not going to be terrible, but this one is better. And on top of that, you get a 240 all-in-one liquid cooler that is going to work great with this i7. So temps overall are good for this PC. And you get the 3060 Ti, once again a great GPU for 1440p gaming. Then for $1,530 we have another Skytech one. This one is the Chronos version and it has the i5 12600K and the RTX 3070 for the CPU-GPU combination. The main difference with the last one is going to be the GPU. You get the RTX 3070, it's going to be slightly faster than the 3060 Ti, but you also get once again better airflow and you get the 12600K latest gen of Intel CPUs, and I'm in love with the CPU, especially not only for gaming but also for multitasking and content creation, because you get the K version. Not only it's unlocked, but it's better for video editing. Now this next one is going to be great also for 4K, so if you want to do some 4K gaming, then I recommend you buying this one instead of the last one, or of course the next one, but it's going to be more expensive. We're talking about another Chronos, but this time is from the Skytech website. Skytech has been making a lot of great deals on their website, but also on Amazon and Newegg. This one has the i7-12700F, which is better for gaming than the i5-12600K. Then you get a 3690 motherboard, 16 gigs of RAM, the same front mesh panel, 1TB of NVMe SSD. But the most important part here, once again, is the GPU. You get the RTX 3070 Ti, and I would say this is the starting point for 4K. You can do some 4K with the 3070, so the last one is not going to be terrible at 4K, but if you want a better experience, especially with AAA titles, I would recommend at least the 3070 Ti. The 3080 is going to be a better option, of course, but more expensive. So this PC, for the price, it's really good at $1,700, and if you want an even better experience at 4K, we have the Omen 45L. I actually tested this one and I have a whole video talking about it, and that's why I recommend you going ahead and watch that video if you're interested in buying this one. But I think it's the best in terms of price to performance at $1,800. I know it says 2,000, but I have a coupon code that I will leave down below in the description where you get an extra 10% off. So for $1,800 you get the i7-12700K, which once again, like I said before, is better than the F version, so it's going to be better than the last one, the Skytech Chronos one. And on top of that, you get the RTX 3080, so you will get a much better experience for 4K gaming. Then you get 16 gigs of RAM, nothing wrong with that. 1TB of hard drive and 500 gigs of SSD. And trust me that the CPU and GPU temps are great for this PC. Like I said before, I tested this and I have my review about it, but also the benchmarks video in case you want to see how this PC is going to perform in some games. So overall, a great PC, and for $1,800 on the market right now, you won't find a gaming PC with the RTX 3080 and the i7 12th gen that is actually good quality. I've seen some out there, but the reviews are pretty bad, and this Omen 45L never gave me any problem. So it's a really good pick for the price. So that was my whole video. If you found it helpful, leave a like and subscribe, but most importantly, hit that bell button so you get notified when I upload this type of content. So thank you guys for watching, thank you for your support, and I will see you on the next one.